and like this is a personal story, but I'd like to share it with you guys. And people were asking me, yo, how's boxing going, man? You still boxing? And I was trying to get out of my head, like, I don't want to be known as a boxer no more.
So, welcome to the podcast, bro.
Thank you.
So this is like the 4th or 5th time we tried to schedule this in.
He's busy, man. He's a busy man.
He is, man. This guy, bro, training too hard.
Nah, he's saying to me, he goes, nah, I'm in this country. So I have to reschedule.
No, that's when I'm in, when I'm in Cyprus.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought, we'll have to reschedule. Because that was kind of a last-minute trip. Because the boys were like, do you want to go? And my plan for this year is no holidays, no chilling, just pure graft mode, yeah? And then the boys go, yo, listen, we're going to go Cyprus. Just for, like a chill. So, and it's probably cheap. So I was like, you know what, why not?
Yeah, man, do it, innit?
Why not? We'll need a break now and again. But anyway, bro, this podcast is about you today, inshallah. So just for a bit of context for the audience, if you could just give us a little bit of a background into who you are and what you do.
So my name's Hamzah Ahmed. I'm from Warsaw, so not far from Birmingham. I'm a professional boxer. I train out of Manning's gym, it's Sturchley, and I train out of Fearless Boxing Academy in Warsaw. So I've been competing for about 11 years now. I've been an amateur boxer for 10 years. I boxed in the ABAs, got to the semi-finals. I boxed GBC number 1, so the top kid in the tournament. Lost to him on the split decision in London, and he's a London kid. So I thought to myself, you know what, like I thought I won, and obviously the judges thought different, but a lot of people in the crowd thought I won. So I thought to myself, you know what, the amateurs ain't for me no more, man. Like I'm getting.
What competition is this?
ABAs, the biggest tournament in England in the amateurs, basically.
Okay. So you reached the final there?
Yeah, semis.
Yeah.
Hit the semis, and then obviously. There's a lot of exactly. A lot of politics in boxing, man. Like we don't like from the outside. Like you think, oh yeah, it's fair decision, but there's a lot of politics in it.
Yeah.
Loads of politics, and obviously like there's like even in this world, there's big players, we're like basically puppets.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's massive politics, man. So I thought to myself, you know what, yeah, just turn pro and see what I can do in that. But ever since I've turned pro, and it's been about 8 months, it's not even a sport, it's a business, man. It's a business.
You've got to be a ticket seller, haven't you, bro?
Yeah, it's ticket seller, and you gotta have a name, man. It's a business, man. It's all a business.
You know what I forgot? Yeah, sorry, bro. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah, I've just forgot. Yeah, that the audience are probably thinking, who is this brother? Yeah. So let me just introduce you guys. This is Riku. Riku, do you want to give a little introduction to yourself?
Hi, I'm Into Minds. I'm Prakash. I'm a friend of Abdul's. Just thought I'd sit in on this podcast with Hamzah. I'm a boxing enthusiast, and I was asked to, I thought, why not? It's the first one I've ever done. So, yeah, thank you for Hamzah for allowing me to be on his podcast. And thank you also as well, Abdul. Much appreciated.
Guys, this is his first time on a podcast. This is his first time on camera, actually. So, all right, yeah, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oil the beard before he came.
Bro, this is like, no, I got trimmed last Thursday because I'm going Turkey next week. Yeah. I won't be getting a trim till next week now, bro. So I'll be fresh for that. But if I knew I was on this, we'd have got fresh trimmed up, man. To
be fair, he did decide last minute that he wanted to jump on, and also he's got a story of his own, which is quite interesting. That because he's quite of a fitness, sporty, boxing type of podcast. We'll maybe double in.
Yeah, we'll touch about that training and that.
But yeah, back to Hamzah. So you're pro at the moment, then, yeah?
Yeah, pro at the moment, yeah.
And you're saying that it's a business more.
Yeah, 100%. It's like it's massively like, it's basically a business, not a sport as much. Obviously, it is a sport. Like you do have to train, kind of thing. You have to work. But there's a lot of business side and a lot of business aspect to it. So in the amateurs, I didn't have like a manager kind of thing. Boom, straight away. You have to sign with a manager to get
fights and stuff.
Exactly. So it's mad, man.
So were you told what to expect when you turn pro? Like, is there anyone around you that says, bro, this is what you're gonna have to expect, this is how it's different, or was it like you just kind of thrown in the deep end?
No, I kind of knew, because obviously I've got a lot of professional boxers that are friends. So like Adam Azim, Hassan, Abdul Khan, like a lot of people that I'm around, kind of thing. where they are professionals and they do like say, okay, you got to do this, you got to do that. But you know, when you're in there, when you're in the boat kind of thing, like it's a different story, man. Like there's like you telling me a story, and then when I've actually experienced it myself, it's a total different ball game.
Okay.
And one thing I'll say, it's a lonely sport, man. It's a very lonely sport. Like the training and stuff. Like today, we went to Redditch. We had to wear the tracks on today, and I was there running, and my coach said to me, "Go, listen, you're gonna be left behind if you don't speed up." And I'm there, and my whole body's aching. Like I could feel like I'm telling you, when I said I could feel the lactic acid, I could feel the lactic acid running through my veins. I thought to myself, yo, what's going on, man? And the boys are just flying. I'm thinking, yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? And it's a proper lonely sport, man. Like you're in the ring alone. Fair enough, you got all the support, you got all the coaches, you got everything. You're preparing for that, but you're in the ring alone. Even at night times, when like you just finished a hard sparring session, you go lie in your bed. Turning this way, turning that way. I can't sleep, man. It hurts. No one's there for you. You know what I mean? So it's hard, man. It's a very lonely sport, man. And a lot of people don't see that. They just think like, oh, boxers go in the limelight, kind of do their stuff, and boom, it's done. Like I also got a scar on my eye, and that happened 2-3 years ago, and like it looks like a slit in my eyebrow, but like it's a little scar, and I have to live with that. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like it's a very lonely sport. But a lot of people don't understand that, and like, but it's nice to have a lot of brothers, a lot of people around you trying to support you, trying to help you and stuff, and that's what I think the main thing is.
And that's interesting because, you know, mashallah, especially there's a lot of brothers coming up now on the club, and I think it's like the perfect time to kind of get into boxing or be involved in boxing because, like you said, the brothers that are around you, the likes of
Azim brothers,
Abdul Khan, you were saying,
Exactly.
you know, I don't think we've had this many Pakistani boxers in the sport at the same time. Or am I wrong?
Exactly, it's true. And obviously, like you do see a lot now because obviously Amir Khan was probably the pedestal kind of thing. He kind of paved the way. But even there was a lot of other boxers before him, but a lot of us don't but he took the limelight because of what he achieved. You know what I mean? He was a 2-time world champion and he was an Olympic medalist.
He got a lot of attention.
Exactly.
But at the same time, he got a lot of hate as well, man.
Yeah, 100%. Like you're only doing things good. You're only doing things right if you get haters.
Yeah.
That just shows you're doing something good. You know what I mean? So yeah.
But I thought I've never hated the guy, and I think like you said, man, Amir Khan, he kind of paved the way for a lot of boxers, and there's a lot of credit that's due to him in that sense. You may not agree with his life choices or whatever, but that's aside. That's, you know, put that to a side. Boxing's boxing. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, and that's personal. And like in lockdown, a little story about him. Like in lockdown, he opened his gym for us, and we went down and we started training there. He was taking me on the pads kind of thing, and he does give back. You know what I mean? And then we were on holiday, and then we met him on the beach, and he was proper down to earth. Like you don't
proper chilled out guy.
Exactly, you don't expect him to be
as chilled out.
Exactly, like you don't expect him like this guy is literally the face of what he was. I want to have the face of boxing. Exactly,
boxing, wasn't he? He's
exactly
better of British boxing, wasn't he? In theory, if you
and he's such a down to earth guy. He speaks like is like now we're talking now.
Like one of the boys.
Yeah.
Like one of the boys, exactly. He goes, nah, no way, bro, kind of thing. Like grabs you, kind of thing. So he's a proper down to earth kid. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of people kind of paint a bad picture of his life choices, but to be fair, he's a down to earth person, man.
Good stuff, man.
Have you met Amir Khan?
No, I haven't. Obviously, I watched a lot of him. You look at Amir Khan's record, it's phenomenal. Went in with the best of his generation. Didn't duck any fighter of his generation at all. If you look at who he's been in with, I mean, he's been in with the best of the best.
Exactly.
You know, the fact that he unified the division at 140, didn't he?
Exactly.
He's a title wedge. I mean, that's some credit. You know, not many fighters do that.
No, really.
Not many fighters do that.
I think, you know, like I said before, man. I think he's done amazing. He's fully retired now, isn't he?
Yeah, fully retired.
Retired. Yeah. Okay, so so you spoke a little bit about being pro and sort of the whole. What's probably been like the biggest shock to you?
The biggest shock to me.
Oh, like becoming pro. I know you spoke a little bit about the business side of things.
Yeah.
Because I want to explore that a little bit because knowing that, you know, a lot of people are going to see you on the podcast, and then they'll be like, a lot of, you know, your followers are probably watching this podcast. A lot of, you know, the youngsters are probably watching this that may want to get into boxing.
Yeah.
That have got that ambition and goal to become a boxer and to become pro. And like you said, you were told certain things that, okay, this is what to expect. But when you kind of go into yourself, it's a whole completely different ball game, innit? So I just want to use this opportunity, now that we've got you on the podcast, to kind of share as much advice as you can to kind of the youngsters out there, to kind of let them know. So if you can imagine, there's a couple of young G's watching this now, that are looking to kind of come into boxing. Yeah. Because you're on the come up now, mashallah, you know. What advice would you give to them? Like,
I'd say, you know, keep a clean heart, man. Because, you know, clean hearts, like, that'll take you a long way. And stay loyal. So when I turned pro, I went to different coaches. I said, listen, I'm going to have my amateur coaches with me. And a couple said no, because they want you all to themselves, kind of thing. And that's a business aspect of talking about it. Just, we don't know cuts, kind of thing. Fight purses, trainer purse, like we don't want no people involved, X, Y, and Z. So, and with the amateurs, everyone's doing everything for free. Do you know what I mean? And then I said, listen, no, I'm gonna keep my people with me. Do you know what I mean? Like these are people that have kind of cradled me from a baby. Do you know what I mean? So I'm keeping my coaches with me, and my coach was my coach now, my professional coach, he was okay with that. So I'd say to stay loyal, man. Keep a clean heart and stay loyal, because loyalty takes you a long way, and not just in boxing, in life as well.
So how does it work? So while you were an amateur boxer, you had your gym that you were training with and like a coach, and then when you turn pro, what changes?
So basically, it depends if your amateur coaches have got a professional license.
Okay.
At the time, mine didn't, and they did, and obviously they weren't managers or anything like that.
Okay.
So you have to kind of sign up with a manager, sign up with a coach, and then you have to go from there. Do you know what I mean?
What gym were you with?
I was with the Fearless Boxing Academy in Warsaw.
Okay, and are you still kind of with them now?
Yeah, I go to the gym every day. I'm from Warsaw myself, so literally I've got the keys to the gym. That's how blessed.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, loyalty takes you a long way, and because I've been loyal to them since I've known them. They've given me a key to the gym, so literally, like, getting into the gym training is no problem at all.
Mashallah.
So yeah, and then now I train with my professional coach in Sturchley, Anthony. His name is Anthony Manning. So and he's on the kind of on the come up as well. Okay. So when I entered the professional game, I was looking at, you know, who's hungry, like who's got a good mindset. He's only young. Yep. So a massive gym in Sturchley, and he's a manager, promoter, and a trainer professionally. Okay, and he's got his amateur team as well. So I thought to myself, you know what, like, he's hungry, man. Like, you don't get more hungrier than that. So I thought to myself, you know what, bang on, he's a man. And when I'm gone there, like, I've improved. Like, I'm a different fighter now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because, you know, in boxing you have to be hungry, innit?
Yeah,
like there's no place for being comfortable.
Every day's a learning, isn't it? Every day's a learning experience, and it's same like sparring, isn't it? Because sparring's it's a learning experience, isn't it? Because you spar different people to get that experience for when you step inside the ring, isn't it? So you'll spar someone who's, say, an orthodox, who's a right-hander, or you'll spar someone who's a southpaw, who's a left-hander. Do you know what I mean? So it gives you that variation in it. Do you know what I mean? So you don't know which opponent you're going against. So you've got that styles in it. And someone who's a front foot fighter, so they're boxing the front foot, or someone who's a defensive fighter who boxes on the back foot. So you spar so many different people, don't you?
Exactly.
Just to get that experience in it. So when you take it into the ring, it's finger in it. Sorry for jumping in there, boys. Apologies.
Nah, we love boxing. I didn't know you know so much about back form.
What did I? No, this coming out of nowhere, bro.
No, that's not me. Sorry about that. But you see what I'm saying, though. But you said, sorry, was that what you wanted? Stuff like that? Yeah. All right, cool. That's fine. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know whether, like,
dude, this is perfect.
Is this what you wanted? All right, cool. That's fine. I didn't know, because he just said to me, jump, you know, and just ask, like, let you speak, and then just jump in with little snippets of that, innit? All right, cool. No, so that's fine then. Okay, cool. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So with sparring, right, like, as soon as I will tell you, like, you spar so many different people, right? Yeah, like all walks, all shapes and sizes, right? Because not everyone fighting at his weight, at potentially at 126 or 130, is going to be short. Someone's going to be short. Someone's going to be tall. Someone's going to be of average height. Yeah, someone's going to have a different reach reach. Do you know what I mean? He's going to potentially give up something. I.e., he's either going to give up height and reach advantage, or they're going to be shorter and finger, and they're going to box. Because they're shorter fighter than him, they're going to box on the inside, innit? Whereas a taller fighter will box at range.
Check him out. Check you out. He's had,
But it's fingers.
he's had one charity boxing match, yeah.
No, but do you know what I mean, though? It's that sort of thing, innit?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So that's why, like, you do all this ring generalship in sparring, innit? That's the education, innit? And that every day in sparring is it's an education.
It's a mental game, innit? Boxing.
Mental game, yeah, 100%. Like sometimes, like there's been times in my life where I wanted to give up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of boxers, you know, growing up that I know personally where they're really good. Even like I don't need to go far. Like even my cousins, like two of my cousins, one of my cousins, he just won a national title. He won in 9 fights. Boom, just stopped. Out of the blue, just stopped. And that's what I'm saying. Like it takes a lot of mental pressure to become a boxer. Like what I'd say is, like whenever you meet a boxer, that boxer is not a boy. No matter what age he is, he's a man, because it takes a lot of mental pressure. Like I remember, I love the gym so much. I love boxing so much. So there's a little story. My dad, he used to when he used to get angry at me, he used to hide my gloves, kind of thing. And he's like, "Listen, you ain't going boxing." I used to find him. I used to wait for him to go to work. I used to find him. Boom, jump in the car, go to the gym. That's how much passion, that's how much love I had for the sport. But don't get me wrong, in life, it fluctuates. Sometimes you get fed up of it because you have that much pressure on you. Like, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. Why am I doing it for? It's the same thing in life, like kind of thing, like where you get fed up of it. Like you're thinking, where are you actually going? Like you head down and you lose a fight. You think, am I really that good? Where's this really taking me? And then like I've had them moments where, you know, I don't want to box no more. And just before lockdown, that's when I kind of stopped for about 6 months. I said to myself, you know what, I've had enough.
Yeah, so I lockdown, you was like,
yeah,
ready to...
just before lockdown. So just before lockdown, I was at uni and stuff. The work pressure was getting to me. Thought to myself, you know what, I don't want to do this no more.
What triggered that thought though?
It was just balancing uni and stuff, like just balancing everything. Like alhamdulillah, with my education, like alhamdulillah, like in GCSEs, clocked them, A levels, AAB, clocked them, and then I went to university, and like kind of the social environment kind of thing as well, and where like, okay, it's my degree now, it's getting real now. Okay. Can I balance it with boxing? So I thought to myself, you know what, like I'm gonna take a little break. Took a little break, and it was hard for me to fall back in love with the sport.
Yeah. So
hard.
how long did you take the break?
I took about 6 months off.
So when you say break, like lock off, like no boxing, or
like so I went to Pakistan for 6 weeks, came back trying to get back into. I thought, you know, I'll have 6 weeks off, have a little holiday kind of thing, eat what I want, eat some up around here, like that. And I thought to myself, you know, I'm gonna come back. But I was finding it hard to get it going. I thought to myself, you know what, do I really need to box, kind of thing? I've got my degree now. Like I've got straight A's in education. I've gone to a really good university. I went to Aston University. Do I really need boxing? And then what happened was I was kept on walking around, and people were asking me, "Yo, how's boxing going? Am I still boxing?" And I was trying to get out of my head, like, I don't want to be known as a boxer no more. Yeah, I don't want to be like. But then I soon came to the realization that I was like, that was me, Hamzah boxer kind of thing.
Everyone goes to boxing.
Exactly. And then what happened was in lockdown happened, and then I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna go back into it. So I started training and stuff, and then we had a unit, Eminence Supercar Hire. It's in Warsaw, and obviously like they own supercars and stuff. So then there was like a showroom full of Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and we used to do our training there. And then there's a guy, the owner there. His name's Mo, and he said to me, "Listen, like, how's boxing going? Like, man, you're gonna smash it. This, that." And like he kept on asking me about boxing, and I used to train with his little brother Omer, and he kept on asking me, "How's your boxing? How's your boxing?" I'm thinking to myself, why does this guy care about boxing so much? He's got a showroom full of supercars. Like, care about them? Do you get me? Like, I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, like boxing doesn't make you any prettier, and you got some pretty supercars there. You know what I mean? And he goes to me, "Listen, like, you're some talent, man. You can go a long way," kind of thing. And that I was thinking to myself, and then I went home that day. I thought to myself, you know what? This guy's got a full showroom of supercars and he's asking about my boxing. I must be something special. I must have some talent. So then that's what kind of pushed me in. I thought to myself, you know what, forget this, man. I'm going to kind of, I'm known as a boxer. Everyone calls me boxer. I can't go 2 streets without people saying, yo, Hamzah, how's boxing? So I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to go back into it. And that's what happened. And ever since then, training twice a day for the past 3 years, one day rest a week.
So do you do like your road, your cardio, road conditioning in the mornings and the sparring in the evenings, and do you? In essence,
yeah. Sometimes I do switch it up, but yeah, it's mainly kind of, sometimes I do my strengths in the morning. Depends really. So my training regime consists of like a 5K a week, fast 5K. The fastest I've hit about 18:30 on a 5K, so that's 3 miles. I've got strength sessions 3 times a week. I've got pad sessions about 4 times a week, sparring twice a week, and yeah, literally 6. So basically 12 sessions when I'm not in camp. When I'm in camp, there's 3 sessions a day. So it's
mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So right now you fully embracing the whole boxing career.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you go. Okay, so before I continue with that, I want to know what got you into boxing in the first place.
Okay, well, got me into boxing. So I was 12 years old, and I was in school. I was a naughty kid, man. I was a proper naughty kid. So I used to.
While as in fighting?
Yeah, I used to always fight, man. So like we used to have this thing in school, like, yo, who's the hardest in the year kind of thing.
Well, 12 years old?
Yeah, 12 years old, man. Yeah. So we used to have like a who's the hardest in the year kind of thing. And then it got to a point where, okay, I was the hardest in the year and we were trying to fight other schools kind of thing. So we go to football games and we'll obviously schools are playing against football, and then like we kind of like have like and we used to use BVM a lot them days. Oh, yeah. And like it was like we used to always beef on that kind of thing. So then after that, I just thought to myself, and then one of my mates, he was from a different school, he goes to me, listen, there's a gym, Fearless. Let's go down there, let's train. So I went there, I started training, and then the coach, he put me in with some big, strong Afghani lad. He's about 5 kilos heavier than me, massive kid. He's come and he's whacked me with a body shot, boom, left hook, and I went down. I thought to myself, yo, go back up, and I kept on fighting, and then like a lot of kids, they kind of fall off after that, after having a traumatic experience. Like, I've never been dropped in my life, and I got hit with a body shot, and I'm thinking to myself, yo, like, kind of like, is that gonna make or break me? And I think that's what the coach's mentality was, like, kind of, if I put him in hard sparring the first day, yeah, how are they gonna cope? And then I came back ever since then, and I fell in love with it, man.
It shows that you got heart in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because in boxing, like, there's all this, your training can get you so much, it can get you so far, but then it's your heart what takes you.
Yeah, exactly.
Takes you over the line, that victory. Okay, what's the ultimate goal?
Ultimate goal. So I spoke to Anthony, and this was about
Anthony being
Anthony, my coach and manager. So this was about 2 months ago. I said to him, listen, I want to be a first world champion, and I said to him, and like, I've got the belief kind of thing. Like, if I don't have the belief, then what have I got? If I can't say it proudly with my chest up, what, like, you know what I mean? Like, who else is gonna believe it, kind of thing? And then today, my stablemate Amir, he's from Coventry. He spoke to me. He goes, listen, train like you're the best, and give it 100%. And at least you can't say when you finished, you know what, I didn't give it 100%. I could have done this. I could have done that. And then that kind of brought to my realization that, you know what, I don't want to be a what if. What if I carried on boxing? What if I trained this? What if I done this? What if I trained harder? It's happening now. Do you know what I mean? So, like, you know what, boom, do it now. You know what I mean? So yeah,
amazing stuff, bro.
Like, don't live your life in regret. Then that's I'm a big believer of that, and that's what kind of got me back into boxing. I saw a lot of people saying to me, oh man, I wish I stuck to it. I wish I stuck to it, man. Like, we see you doing well. I wish I stuck to it. Don't be a what if then.
Yeah, definitely. And it's about putting the thing is that's what separates from you from the others from your circle, because you want it.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? You've like, do you know what? You're willing to make the sacrifices. It sounds as if they don't want to make the sacrifices. Do you know what I mean? And that's what professional sport is, man. You've got to be willing to get up at like 5 in the morning and when it go for like a run at 5 in the morning when it's absolutely raining. And I bet you've probably done that recently, and I bet you're thinking, I don't want to get up and go for this run, but I need to go and get it done, innit? I bet you've done that a few times, haven't you, recently?
It happened today. So what happened was yesterday I done some strength work, and then today we had sprints in the morning at 7 o'clock. I messaged my coach. I go to him, listen, like, yo, I'm not feeling it, man. He goes, we ain't got time for no weakness. That's what he said to me. Straight after that, I read that message. I thought, yo, got up, had breakfast.
That's elite level mentality. That
is exactly, and a lot of, and like adding to your point, like being a professional, like, and what separates the boys from the men, what separated that circle from me was it's a lifestyle. Like boxing, like it's a lifestyle, man. So when I was an amateur boxer, like it was okay. It was kind of, yeah, I'm doing it as a hobby kind of thing. I done it because I had shunk kind of thing. And when I turned professional, I say to myself, like, I signed my Nikah papers.
Married to the game.
Exactly, I'm married to the game. I'm talking waking up in the morning, having my supplements, having the right things to eat. Like, I'm telling you, I don't remember the last time I had a fizzy drink. Sugars, I don't have sugars. I mix it with honey. So instead of having sugars, I'm having like a teaspoon of sugar in my coffee. I'll put honey in there. My chocolates, they're not milk chocolates, they're not white chocolates, they're dark chocolate. But to be fair, I am a big lover of chips, man. But still, like, obviously, when I'm in camp, I don't have them.
Yeah.
So it's mad, man. Like, you're actually married to the game. You're kind of sleeping on time, not going out with the boy. Like the boys say to me, like, listen, let's go out. Now, man, I gotta be in bed. Lights out, 11 o'clock. Boom, I gotta be up in the morning. I gotta have my recovery, and that's what separates the boys from the men. That's what separates professionals from kind of amateurs. That's what, like, if you want to do well, if you want to be successful, you're gonna have to make these sacrifices. And there's a little quote that Muhammad Ali says, sacrifice now and live the rest of your life as a champion. And that's exactly what I'm doing every day.
And it must be hard, man. I can only imagine, like, the type of, like I said, sacrifices that you have to make. And it's kind of similar to business as well, you know. Generally, like, if you're hungry enough, you will have to sacrifice, and you would want to sacrifice the extra social time and that in order for you to focus on what you need to do. And so, like, in regards to, like, your diet and everything, is that like a constant thing? Where do you ever have like cheat meals and stuff?
Like, when I'm not in camp, I do kind of, like, I don't blow up my weight, so my walking around weight is literally 65 kg, so like about 142, 143 pounds. So I'm not like a massive, like, I'll go out the way kind of thing. But I know fighters that get to 72, 73, 74 kilos and they have to make 57 kg for their fight weight. So I know people like that, like, so
they'll be binging like out of camp, and then once they hit camp, they have to like
exactly
go hard.
Prime example, Ricky Hatton, when he was fighting, but because he's a weight, it's 2 weights above Hamzah, right? He was fighting at 140, 135, 140, but in between fights, right, he'd blow up to about 155, 160.
Is that because that's his natural sort of...
No, that was his lifestyle, because he used to when he was not training and not in camp, he'd literally his nickname was Ricky Fatton. He would literally eat burgers.
I think if I was a boxer, that would be me.
Yeah, so that he was literally like that, and then he'd come back into camp, and he'd have to lose about 2 stone sometimes, right? Yeah, to get back down to his fighting weight of 130, 135. Yeah, 130, 135, 140. He'd have to get back to that.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously, like, they got a lot of, like, they put a lot of money behind their nutrition kind of thing, so that was achievable.
They got like top nutrition.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Chefs.
Pretty much.
If I had a nutritionist, personal chef, bro, I'll be in the best shape of my life. Right there.
But even to the younger audience like who are thinking about going into boxing kind of thing, let me try putting it in perspective. So obviously the boys are out, everyone's out. Yo, they ring you up, link up, Ladypool Road, we go to like Fat Buns or something, kind of, and it's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you're thinking, yo, should I go? Like, that sacrifices I have to make. Nah, I can't go, I gotta be in bed.
What do you remind yourself at that point though? Because it's so tempting, especially if you want that burger, or especially because there's that element of FOMO, your fear of missing action with the boys. They might get up to something that I'd want to be a part of, or they might go do a mission that you want to be there. But you got to tell yourself, like, look, I'm on a mission here. They're not on the same mission as me.
Yeah.
Like, what is it that you tell yourself at that point
So
to
at that-
keep you?
So at that point, I tell myself, you know what? There's always a quote that hits my head, and like this quote it's been like a massive inspiration for me. Work so hard that one day your signature will be known as an autograph.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Class.
I like that.
Class.
I like that.
And that's kind of my drive. That's kind of my thing. And like, I kind of realize like going through life kind of thing, like the way I live kind of thing is not normal. And if you want to be something special in life, in sport, you can't live a normal lifestyle.
Yeah. Do you find, like, you know, especially since you've been pro,
Yeah.
and the people that you've been surrounded by, are they an inspiration to you as well? Like, you think, if you look at the Azim brothers, for
Yeah.
example, if you look at how they kind of conduct themselves and stuff,
Yeah.
I don't know them personally. I'm just saying, like, has that played an effect on how you live your life?
Yeah. Okay. So I did a camp with them last year, this time last year, at the McGuigan's gym. And this was when I was thinking about kind of which trainer to go to when I'm turning pro. These guys, when I tell you, like, these guys, bro, they live, breathe, watch. All they do is about boxing. Literally, we wake up in the morning, 10 o'clock, have breakfast, go gym, come back, go gym, come back, go gym. And the little breaks that we do have, they're watching boxing. Exactly. Boom, lights out at 10 o'clock. Like, no ifs or buts, lights out at 10 o'clock. But and it's
Just hard.
hardcore boxing. And, you know, I was starting to get sick of it. I was like, yo, put some Netflix on, can't forget it. That's what you mean, man. We just train so hard. I don't be thinking about boxing no more.
They live, eat, breathe
Yeah.
boxing. And
Live, eat, breathe boxing.
But I suppose, you know, in boxing, and if you want to become that best,
You have to. You have
got
to.
passion.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that tunnel vision. Nothing's gonna distract
Attract
you.
you.
Nothing's gonna, but at the same, I'm just thinking here, like, so if you are living that type of lifestyle, do you ever feel like you can't relate to some people around you that, like, you know, if your boys are just talking about a mission that they've just done or whatever it is, do you ever feel like, not that you're better than them or that, you know, it's just the fact that you're just leading a completely different lifestyle, you know, in the gym, where they might want to go get a burger, you're probably thinking, oh, I want some grilled chicken or something, yeah? You know, there's a big difference.
Yeah,
Or is it
100%.
strictly the people around you are kind of living the same lifestyle as you?
Yeah, so with that, so as I've seen my life progress, I've kind of seen my friends change, where it's not even nothing personal. It's literally, yo, I'm doing my thing, yeah. I want to be kind of being around them people kind of thing. Like, it's like, it was funny, like my best friend, he became somebody that I know from the gym kind of thing. So, like, your circle changes as your life goes, and like, it don't happen, like, it happens automatically. And you guys probably into business probably has the same thing, has the same effect on you guys.
It's not something that you intentionally say,
Yeah,
oh,
it just
boys,
happens, yeah.
because I'm starting this, I'm going to have to lock you off here. It just happens organically.
Exactly.
And not necessarily that you'd stop speaking to them. You just probably speak to them a little bit less.
Less, exactly.
And then, because you're in a certain environment now, you're in a gym, you've gone pro, you're surrounding yourself with different people, and naturally you're gonna have more in common with these type of people now,
Exactly.
because you're all kind of in the similar sort of page. You're kind of going the same way.
Exactly.
Um,
But even with the friends that I have kind of distanced myself from, just because, like, naturally they do respect it, because they say, listen, you're on a mission, man, you know, go do your thing, you know what, and they always say to me, listen, make us proud and don't forget us. That's what they always say.
don't figure it.
And that's what I always say. That's what they say.
That's good, bro. We can tie it definitely onto some big things, man. Inshallah. What's wait, you know with boxing, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you ever had to, like, fight one of your boys? Like, maybe if even
Sparring.
amateurs.
Amateur or anything like that.
Like,
I was just thinking, like, I don't know what it feel like just to, like, punch up one of my boys.
No,
like it.
no. I mean, for example, you look at the Charlo twins, innit?
yeah.
Like, they've sparred each other. I mean, they've sparred. It's probably referring to that, aren't you? Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
It's that. Have you sparred your cousins?
Sparring's a bit different, isn't it? Sparring.
Sparring is different. Like, when we spar, when we used to spar in 2015. We used to have the keys to the gym. Our coach used to be there, yeah, and we used to spar. I promise you, yeah, we used to spar from 9 o'clock. So we used to enter the gym at 6 o'clock. Everyone used to go home. 7, 8 o'clock. Used to go home, yeah. We used to stay in this day in the gym till 11 o'clock in the evening, just beating each other up.
Was that you and your cousins or you and
Me
your
and my cousins, me and my boys, like, because with me, like, I had a couple of boys and two of my cousins that used to box.
Yeah, yeah.
He used to always beat us up, and then my uncle, he was a big sporer of us, and he used to kind of stir stuff up between us at home. So he used to like be like, yo. So we used to be like, yeah, you be saying that about me. So then we used to get the gloves and start boxing on the street. And this was about 15, 16 years old.
Class.
So yeah, man.
That's good though. At least you kind of take it out in the ring, innit? Sort of thing. Like, yo, put your gloves on. You got a problem with him, punch him up. That's it.
Exactly, yeah.
No, but the thing is that, like I said, boxing gives teenagers discipline, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like that sort of, and people always say about boxing, like, do you know what I mean? Like, boxing saves a lot of teenagers, like, from a life of crime and a lot of, like, do you know what I mean? Going down the gang route, innit? Do you know what I mean? You look at it now, so many people have said, yeah, boxing saved my life. Boxing saved me from drug dealing,
exactly,
gang crime, knife crime, you name it. Yeah, it took them away from that, and it gave them a focus. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I recently started. I wouldn't say started boxing. I've started to go to a boxing gym just to kind of do a bit of training, just to kind of get back in shape and whatnot. You know, glove works.
Yeah.
I don't know if
them
boys. Good group, man. And like I was there. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, I think. Yeah. And I'm just looking around, just like a lot of young kids there. Yeah. Yeah, the few odd cheeky ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking it's good because all that energy is just getting channeled in one way. They're taking it out of the bag or they're sparring, and it's like, and the coach will, as soon as they see someone messing about, they'll stick it on them.
Yeah.
Say, all right, go do 20 press ups, and then everyone has to do 20 press ups because one of the kids has like messed around, or he said something out of line. And I'm just thinking, this is what boxing's about. Because it's not necessarily hurting the next man, or it's about your lifestyle, being, respecting elders, discipline. When you need to do something, you have to do it no matter what. And I'm just thinking, this is what is good for the youth to kind of get.
Exactly.
Even if you don't want to become a pro boxer, I think it's just good to have that in their lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely. Because obviously it helps with training as well, because it gives you that focus in essence as well, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I know I've done a bit of boxing training occasionally, and it just helps you switch off, man. Just helps you like focus. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
And
also, like, when you'll be in good shape, you'll feel good about yourself. You feel confident about yourself, and I just think these are the things that, especially as a young man, young adult, young females, like nowadays, it's a good thing, man.
Definitely.
It's like adding to your last points, work ethic, like being a boxer, like it makes you think different, man. Like I remember when I was in school, so when I was in year 7, year 8, kind of I got suspended 12 times from school. So when I was a naughty kid,
you were a naughty kid. Yeah.
I used to scrap all the time. I used to fight all the time. I was a naughty kid. Started boxing. I used to slowly calm down. Started training a lot. And I don't know how I was doing it, but because of that discipline with boxing, I was balancing my studies with my boxing. And GCSEs finished, boom, I got bad boy grades. Then A-level started, and I think just how it's getting serious now. Like, I picked hard subjects. I'm doing A-levels, getting serious now. So there was a point in my life in sixth form where everybody, and like this is why I think about boxing was a massive blessing. Everybody would go and watch me on YouTube on live stream whilst I was boxing. I'm in Sheffield, staying in hotels, kind of thing. Everyone's there watching me, kind of, he's boxing kind of thing. I used to come back like a superstar.
Yeah. Was that the English Institute? Was it?
This was at Magna Centre in the England Boxing National Quarters.
Oh, nice.
So I was on live stream kind of thing, and everyone used to watch me. I used to come back. I used to be like, and everyone used to like kind of
celebrity.
Exactly, local celebrity. But a lot of that like lifestyle kind of thing, like how you guys spoke about lifestyle, it does like kind of put you into that mindset, like, you know what, I'm doing this, and then boom, straight away back on my studying kind of thing. But even with that, like a massive part of my life has been religion. So in school, and this is where I got the meaning from sabr. Obviously, like, there's a massive patience. There's a massive emphasis on sabr, patience, in our religion. So what happened was, I was thinking to myself, you know what, how much, like, I'm training every day. I'm hardly studying, and I was doing history, I was doing sociology, so I was doing like really like saturated subjects with information. So I think to myself, how am I gonna cope with this? I just be like, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna read my namaz. So there was a time where Zohar time, it was at lunchtime, to about 1 o'clock, and then that was at lunch, and I see everyone playing kind of thing, being happy kind of thing, and I used to go and pray in the corner, and I used to think to myself when I used to pray, like, you know, so how come they all look happy? We all got the same teachers, they're all doing well in their studies. Why am I praying and like they're still happy? Like I should be getting rewarded or something. And then I realized after what happened on results day, everyone else opened their results and they were crying. I woke up, went to school, opened my results day. I started crying, but I started crying with tears of joy because I got AAB, alhamdulillah. And I promise you, like, I'm a kid, like, not the brightest kid. I'm a kid, like, literally from the hood, man. Like, you get me, like, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even religion played a massive part with the boxing. And alhamdulillah, I'm here now, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, mashallah, man. Big things, bro. Big things.
And like, a lot of people say, like I look at people kind of like myself, and from there, in school and stuff, and like, I'm not to put them down or anything, like, but like when Allah Subhanahu says sabr, like it plays a massive part, because like now, like, I don't know if you've seen it, man. I was, you know, behind Star City, like in Junior Court and stuff like that. There's the billboards there, and I'm on the billboards, like, yeah. And I'm from Warsaw, man. I'm from Warsaw.
No.
Yeah, I'm from Warsaw.
How did that make you feel, man? Looking up at the billboard.
Yeah, so looking at the billboards is massive. Like everyone's like proud of me, kind of thing. Like, yo, he's already on billboards. I've had my first pro. I'm not even had my first profile. I'm already on billboards. And I think to myself, you know what does the future hold? You know, a headline in pay per views. You know what I mean? But even inshallah, and even in school, so just after school, I went to university, and this is where my nickname kind of comes from. So everyone has like a boxing nickname, and mine was Poster Boy, because I was an Aston Sports Scholar, and I was on like all the billboards, all the little posters, all the, you know, the on screen where you have like the gym presentations. I was all on that, and everyone started calling me Poster Boy from there.
Do you like the attention?
Yeah, to be fair, I do like the attention, because I know it's only for good reasons.
Okay.
Like, I'd be walking in university, and they'd be like, yo, how's boxing going? Oh, you just finished training. Yeah. So it's kind of, the attention's...
It's good attention.
Good attention. And it makes you feel less lonely. Like, people are actually seeing your hard work. People actually appreciate your hard work. People are actually watching you. You know what? Yeah, I'm doing good. Like, so I'm not uploading this video on Instagram of me training for no reason. I'm not, like, trying to promote myself for no reason. I'm doing it for a reason. And that's for people to kind of appreciate and support the hard work I'm doing.
No, I like that. And then talking about family, how did your family take the sort of like you going into professional boxing? Because I can only imagine it from especially like a mother's perspective.
Yeah.
You know, going and seeing their son, you know, putting his life at risk.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, there's a potential of, you know, because it's happened before in the boxing
exactly.
industry. It's not as exactly a safe sport.
Yeah,
it's a dangerous sport. So like, how did your family kind of?
So obviously, I come from British Pakistani background. Obviously, so like dad's really strict kind of thing. Mom's, you know, mummy's boy kind of pampered kind of thing. But so like, as I started boxing, they used to be like, yeah, he's got shunk. He's got like, how do you say shunk? Like,
he's got
interest. He's got interest in boxing. To let him do it kind of thing. Exactly. And I started getting really good at it. So it was a hobby at the start, and I started getting really good at it. And they was like, yo, my son's a boxer kind of thing. But then my dad was always like education. Like, you know, British Pakistanis, coming from British Pakistani background, oh, you want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor kind of thing. So then my dad like kind of like put me off kind of going into boxing. But then he's seen how much I've been love I was with the sport. So then he started supporting me. So with dad, he was like, kind of, I want you to be a lawyer, kind of, you know, go be a doctor kind of thing, because he knew I was a clever lad in education. Mom, obviously, don't box, man, like, you're gonna hurt yourself kind of thing. But then my dad kind of started supporting it a lot more. And you know how you have people nowadays, they'll be like, oh, okay, you're so-and-so's son.
Yeah.
It got to the point where people were saying to my dad, oh, you're Hamzah's dad, ain't it?
yeah.
You're Hamzah's dad. And so obviously, like, my dad spoke to me one day. He pulled me up. He goes, "Listen, that makes me proud, you know."
Mashallah.
Like he said to me that makes me proud. Like, yo, people are saying, "Are you Hamzah's dad?" So kind of, my dad started becoming fully on board, kind of thing. But what happened on my 18th birthday? Of the day before, I've gone and sparred. I was like, "Yo, yeah, I'm sparring birthday beings, kind of thing." I've come on with a black eye. And my mom's be like, "Yo, look what you're doing to yourself," kind of thing. Like, obviously, mom's a soft hearts in it. She was saying, "Well, look what you're doing, man. Like, just stop it now, man. Like, you've won enough. Like, you've won your titles and amateurs. Just finish." And I was like, "Mom, I can't." I said, "Addiction. I'm in love with it. I'm addicted to getting punched in the face." But then saying that, then obviously, what happened was when I turned professional, and like, this is a personal story, but I'd like to share it with you guys.
Yeah.
And obviously, anybody coming up in the sport, like, these are the kind of tribulations that you have to go to. And this is when I was talking about how professional is a professional license is totally different to amateur license. So going into professional ranks, obviously I'm excited, I'm buzzing. Yo, I'm gonna be a pro boxer, man. Like, I've got a new title. And then so I've gone in. Before I even got my license, I failed my brain scan. So you need to have a brain scan to kind of box. So I failed my brain scan, and I thought to myself, yo, like, I had all these big dreams, man. Like, I want to box, man. Like, and I started crying. I remember I started crying. I was like, yo, all I know is boxing, man. Like, getting up, going training, going back, going training, boom.
At that point, when you failed your brain scan, you thought boxing finished.
Yeah, I was heartbroken. And then I thought to myself, listen, I need to find a way out of it, kind of thing. So I started contacting boxers, started contacting professional boxers. They were talking to me, kind of thing. And then I had to go see a neurologist. I had to go all the way to London, sort that out, see a neurologist. And now the test was hard, man. It was only like, I'm a uni student and I found it hard.
What would you mean, like a brain test? What do you mean?
So they like give you like a memory test just to like see your capacity of your brain, because so what they found out was, because of all the knocks, kind of thing, you know, there's like two sides of your brain. I think this is what they said to me. And like, you know, like the tissue and the barriers in between your brain, like, it's kind of like worn down.
Okay.
And like, there's proper MRI kind of thing, like in the hospital, in that circular thing, kind of thing. So I knew that the results were accurate. So then after that, I was waiting months and months and months. You know, I need the results. And at one point, even my manager said to me, he goes, "Listen, I went through the same thing. They took my license off from me. I don't think you're gonna box." And I'm telling you, when I cried, man, I cried so much. I pitted, man. I've cried really bad. And then alhamdulillah, like, I kept praying, kept on my prayers, waking up, tahajjud, istikhara, getting up, boom, whacking it all out. I won my license, boom, alhamdulillah, got a call from the British Board of Boxing Control. We're giving you a license.
How though, like, if you fail the...
So I failed the brain scan, and then I had to do a neurologist test. So the neurologist test, like, consisted of like it was a mad test. Like, they'd say like 1, 5, 4, 7, 8, 9. Repeat them numbers backwards. And I'm telling you, that went for 2 hours. I was a video call, and then I went to London, and then I did like a face-to-face one. And then what they'd do is they'd draw a photo, and I was thinking, and I just say, look ready for 2 minutes. Now draw it. Then let's just do like other activities, kind of thing. Like they'll be talking to you, telling you stories, repeat the story back. The next thing you know, surprise attack, boom, 20 minutes later, the photo that I showed you at the start, draw it again. And then after that, they'd be telling they'll be like telling stories, kind of thing, kind of talking to you. And then an hour later, boom, draw it again. The first photo that happened an hour ago, like, there's only so much you can remember. So I'm telling you, like, that test was really hard.
But you managed to pass it.
I managed to pass it, and then boom, got my license. I got my license. So I signed my management contract in October. Got my license in March, April time, man.
Well, so not long ago, isn't it?
So it was, but I was training hard. So October, November, December, January, February, March. Half a year for a professional license. And I'm there thinking, I'm gonna date.
So March just gone, as in March this year.
Yeah, March this year. Yeah.
So literally, you've only been pro for like
6 months. About 8 months now. 8 months. Yeah.
You're looking forward to your debut on
yeah, man.
in June.
Yeah, June 23rd. Like, at least I can showcase my talent.
Where were you fighting?
Eastside Rooms, Birmingham.
Okay, we'll come down, inshallah, support
Perfect.
the movement, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man. And like, that's what I see. That's what I mean. Like, because a lot of it's big, man. Like people coming down and supporting the movement. Like that's all I want. That's all we want as boxers. Support, man. Like we put the hard work in, man. Like today,
the least we can do there, just come show a bit of
Exactly.
support, man. Yeah.
exactly, and that's what it is, man. And that's what means a lot to us, kind of thing. Like it's a lonely sport, man. Like we have to eat, watch what we eating, how much we're drinking, water wise, kind of.
Everyone else is telling you what to do, but you're the one that has to
Do it. Exactly.
You're the one that's in the ring. So your coaches are probably saying you got to do this, you got to do this. Okay, cool. But then when it comes down to
Are you actually gonna do it?
you're the one that's in the ring.
Man, when because obviously I'm just going to be cutting weight, man. And that's going to be hard, man. Do you know what I mean?
It's
Like,
hard, man.
like cutting weight, yeah, that sort of thingy. They're trying to get down to that weight. Do you know what I mean? That last pound or 2 pounds, which he's got to lose like a week prior.
What's the hardest thing about boxing? So it could be mentally, physically, anything. Well, what's the hardest thing, would you say?
The hardest thing about boxing, I just say, mentally, man.
Yeah, it's a mental game.
When I say it's a lonely sport, man, like I'm telling you, I keep saying it, it's a lonely sport because, when you're there alone in a room and it's your head's thinking, and you're sitting there with your head, with your own mind, and you're thinking, yo, it's a lot deeper. Like I'm talking about it, but it's a lot deeper than how I'm saying it. Like it's like, yo, where's my life actually going? Why am I actually getting up in the morning and doing this? Why am I actually like getting punched in the face for a living? Why am I doing this? And you're always constantly thinking, overthinking, and you're battling with your head. Yo, do I want to do it? Do I want to do it? Do I want to keep on doing it? Like, is it safe for me, kind of thing? And especially like failing my brain scan. You get me? Like after doing that, like, is it actually safe for me, kind of thing? And that's what it is, man. Like it's mentally, man. It's torture every single day. And a lot of people, I promise you, a lot of people like don't like speaking about this, but I'm quite an open person, and I do want to like kind of bring awareness to, like, what, the sport of boxing, like the kind of insights to it. Like it's not always glamour and glory. You go through a tough time, man.
You're right, man. A lot of it is a mental thing. Like even like facing off with your opponent, it's a mental game. Even the trash talk. It's a mental game. Getting inside your opponent's head is a mental game. It's a marketing tactics. There's, a lot of these. What do you think of YouTube boxing?
YouTube boxing. You know what it is. I have my ifs, my goods and cons, kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's good in the sense where boxing is bigger than ever now, kind of thing. Like it's how in the Middle East now. You know what I mean? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
But obviously, I'll be honest with you, they can't fight, man.
Yeah.
They can't fight, man.
But I think now, like, some of them are taking it seriously. So if we look at, because I spoke, we had Silverback Sam on the podcast. Yeah,
So very good friend of mine, man.
Yeah.
A lovely person.
Yeah, top lad, man.
But he boxes in the amateurs.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm telling you, like, when you say about influencers, kind of going into boxing, put them in with the amateur. Oh, good amateur. They get smoked. Even like amateurs are like 5-6 fights. Put them in them, and like even these boxers, YouTubers that are going to like Mayweather camps. Put them in with like a 6-7 bouter in the amateurs and see how they do.
So this is what Sam was saying, in the sense of, so how you were saying, like, when you go pro, you have to like train like twice a day. You have to do like 6 days training, just about get 1 day off. Your diet has to be on point, and there's a lot of commitment that goes into boxing, especially if you're going pro and taking it as a career. Not anyone and everyone can afford to do that. So his argument for YouTube boxing was, one, the exposure that boxing is getting through YouTube boxing.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is what you said is bigger than ever now. And secondly is, for him, because he runs a gym, like a private gym and stuff, and he enjoys boxing, it's that nice balance between he can still be involved in boxing, but still go about his life in regards to other aspects like family, and boxing as a passion rather than like a full-time job.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously if you're going pro, boxing is like your life at that point, training twice a day, and not everyone. What do you think of that?
It's fair enough. Like, he's got a point, but remember, Sam's not just going into boxing. Well, the guy's been in the amateurs. I've seen him fight.
He's a beast. Yeah.
Exactly. Also, I've seen the guy boxing amateurs. So he'll kind of have more kind of, because he's been through that hard work as an amateur. He's been like, cutting weight kind of thing. I remember he used to box at 67 kilos. Now look how big he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he knows the discipline that has it, but that comes with boxing. But just imagine a guy that doesn't have doesn't know the discipline. Boom, boom. We're training for 6 week camp. That's it. Boom, going into fighting and fighting. Boom. You get me? It's
I
like,
loved it, but if you look at okay, now your average YouTubers. Again, I don't really know too much about YouTube boxing, but I know Jake Paul and KSI even. They've got full on teams now. Like they're training like the actual boxers, and that's because they probably can afford like the best nutritionists,
exactly.
the best coaches and whatever. Fair enough. But even like the other YouTubers, have you been?
No, that
YouTube boxing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just trying to think. Like, there's that guy that used to do that. What's his name? Salt Poppy or something.
Yeah.
He's meant to be quite a good boxer. Like technique wise,
I'm sure like with Salt Pappy, like he's done it before. I'm telling you that, like the way his technique, he's done it before. But with YouTube boxing to that level kind of thing, the big level, obviously now it's become a promotion.
Yeah.
Now it's business.
Now it's business.
Yeah.
And now these KSIs, they're thinking, yo, okay, we got to put this much money into our training camps. Boom. But we're not making a loss because we're making more when our fight pairs comes. So that's what I mean. It's like it's all a business now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think at first a lot of people hate the YouTube boxing because it was like you're putting shame on our sport, and it's obviously as a professional boxer knows it's not a joke,
exactly.
And it kind of felt like YouTube boxers are taking it as a joke. And I can see from that perspective. But ultimately, when there's money to be made, people don't give a shit. These promoters and that, they'll jump on these.
After, haven't they? Like the Saddam brothers and Eddie Hearn and all the big promoters.
Exactly.
Quote me if I'm wrong, but haven't they promoted
Fit boxing is called.
Yeah, they promoted like thingy. Like you look at it and it's like, hang on a second, you were like anti this a few years ago, but because the numbers all stack up.
But you know what it is? You know all these YouTubers, they've got audiences, that care about whoever the person is, the influencer, the YouTuber, whatever it is. Yeah. So if this person now is fighting another YouTuber, now it's like their audience v our audience.
Yeah.
Did you get it? And now there's people that watch YouTube boxings that don't even know about boxing. They're just seeing their favorite YouTuber in a ring with some next man, and they gotta punch it out. They're not you, but a lot of them have turned into boxing fans and whatnot. So in a way, it's probably helped boxing, as you said. It's massive now in boxing.
Yeah.
So that's definitely interesting. Who would you fight? Like if you had to fight a YouTuber?
The YouTubers. That's a hard one, Now, but
You reckon you'd have Jake Paul?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I fought big man,
Yeah.
Bro, I was 15 years old. Yeah, I remember. I went to a gym. What we do, we really liked going to away spas. So kind of going to different gyms. And I remember there was no kid my weight. And then my coach goes out the blue. He goes to the head coach. Listen, I'll spot anyone. And bro, I'm 15 years old. Bear in mind. And then some guys come. He's called some guy. Yeah, I thought he was taking the piss, but he's called some guy. Yeah, 21-year-old, just 6 years older than me. And the guy's about 18 stone light heavyweight. Yeah, and he's black and he's massive and he's ripped. And I've got in a spot.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Yeah, it went really good, because I box out my skill in it, so I don't really kind of trade kind of thing. I've learned how to trade now, but I kind of box out my skill, so move kind of thing. So yeah.
Who's the best you've ever been with sparring wise then? Pro, amateur or pro?
That's a horror, man. I've been with some.
Have you been with any pros? So sparring.
I've been with a couple of pros. Recently I sparred. I was in some Mexican, and he was Joe Cordina's sparring partner.
Oh, okay. Cordina just won the title the other day at 130, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Rakhimov?
Yeah, Rakhimov, yeah.
Yeah, good fight that was.
That was a good fight, and he boxed beautifully.
Yeah.
Boxed beautifully. But yeah, man, so I've been with some good, even in the amateur, I've been with some top names kind of thing.
So you've got a fight in June, yeah?
Yeah.
That's your first fight as a pro,
yeah.
Yeah? Do you ever get nervous?
Yeah, man. So I remember my first amateur fight. I was on the toilet 6 weeks before the fight.
How old were you? How
I
old?
was 12 years old.
And you was on the toilet before you took
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad. Like,
I think that's normal though. I think, as much
Did the nerves get hold of you then, did it, bro?
yeah, man. I was like, I'm a really bad overthinker. So I'm thinking, and you think the maddest thing, you be like, okay, so what happens if I throw this punch and he hits me and I get knocked out?
Oh, so you're overthinking and
Yeah.
lying it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like there's something weird that happens. Like I'll be like, yo, if I don't finish this bottle by the end of this podcast, I'm gonna get knocked out, kind of thing. So like it's like like mad, I just think like mad thoughts, or like say if I don't make it to that 3 in 5 seconds, I'm gonna lose my fight. You get me? Like
Oh, so you start playing games with
With your head,
yourself.
yeah. But it's mad. Like you're like, but when you get into the ring, kind of, it feels like a spar after that. As soon as you hear the first bell ring, it gets into a spar. And what I like doing, I like thriving off crowds. So like in my amateur fights, I saw like I see a good crowd, and then I saw like a 1-2 left hook, bang bang. Everyone's like, oh, I'd be like, yo, I get excited, like so I start throwing more. So yeah, I thrive off crowds, but you do get really nervous. You get really nervous.
And and what do you do to kind of shake off those nerves before? Is there anything particular you do before a fight?
So I spoke to a psychologist, and he said to me, listen, the best way to do is get a routine. So have a pre-fight routine. So with my pre-fight routine was, okay, I used to pray. I used to go to the corner. I used to do stupid things. So I used to put on my my boxing shorts, take them off, put my groin guard on, take it off, and put my boxing shorts on, take it off, then put my groin guard on again. And that was just like the mentally that kind of thing, like where I'd if I'd done that kind of thing, like
You'll be alright.
I'd be alright for the fight, It's like
Is that like a OCD thing?
I don't know what it is. It's just literally just a routine. He told me to build a routine, so I done that routine, and ever since I've been doing that routine, I've been winning fights. So it's just,
So you just
did routine.
So wait, you do that now?
So I'm not. In my last amateur fight, I did it, and that was last year. So
Yeah.
So
So you put your boxing shorts on, you take them off.
put my groin guard on,
You
take it off. Put my boxing shorts on, take it off. Put my groin guard on, and then put my boxing shorts on. And then go into the ring. Yeah, it's mad. Yeah.
Crikey. To me, it sounds like a bit of So, for example, let's just say that was your routine, and then let's just say one day you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Would that play in your mind?
Yeah, play my mind.
You're playing your mind.
Yeah,
in it.
exactly.
And then that will kind of
Okay, I'm gonna win it.
it will start making you doubt yourself, like
Exactly. Yeah.
based on you putting your shorts on and off.
Yeah.
Regardless of it hasn't affected your ability in any way or your diet's been on, but I reckon that's more sounds like, and it's something that you should talk to a psychologist about is OCD.
OCD. Okay.
So it's obsessive compulsion disorder in the sense of if I don't do this, it means this.
Yeah.
So your compulsion is that I'm going to do this, and then it makes me a little bit more relaxed in when I go into the box.
Okay.
So your routine, I think, should be like, pray namaz,
Yeah.
make a dua, do a bit of pad work,
Yeah.
keep it as a routine.
Yeah.
But I think that sounds to me, again, I'm not a psychologist, so definitely something to look into, because let's just say one day you weren't able to take your boxes off and out or whatever. Yeah.
Just want to touch on obviously you're turning pro pro in 2 months' time.
Yeah.
Sorry, not 2 months' time, a couple of weeks' time for thingy. How close was you to go into the Commonwealth Games last year then?
So I sparred a couple of lads that went to Commonwealth Games, but because I lost to GBC number 1 in the semi-finals, so basically the final 4 in the country. That's why I couldn't go there.
Because obviously you're a Midlands fighter.
Yeah.
It's Commonwealth Games in Birmingham last year. Do you know what I mean? You could have potentially been there.
Exactly.
Poster child for.
No, but you know what it is? It's so there's a massive system to it. So you have to be like on the GB squad for a X amount of years, kind of thing, and then kind of so it's very systematic.
Oh,
It's political, man. It's political.
fair enough. Is it a case of face fits, one of those types?
Kind of thing, and where you have to win X amount of national titles. You have to kind of box how they want you to box. So it's very political, and obviously in today's world, who basically.
Fair enough.
Have you ever had like any haters come up to you? Or anyone hating online saying, yo, this guy, he's not going to do it.
Yeah, man. Like when you're doing things right, I think that's one thing that Ahmed you had on Minted Minds.
Top guy.
Top guy, man. I seen him in the weekend, like top guy.
Nice guy.
Yeah, very, very good guy.
Yeah.
But he said as well. He said if you're not doing things right, you ain't gonna have haters. If you ain't doing that, if you're doing things like if you're nobody,
If you haven't got haters, you're not doing it right.
right, exactly.
Because, you know, like even with this podcast, bro, you get the odd comments.
Yeah.
Whether it's about the guest, whether it's about the podcast, whether it's about me, whether it'll be about you, like you'll always get someone saying something stupid.
Yeah.
And you'll always get that one person that will, but no one will ever say to your face. Have you ever had like anyone come up to you and say, "Oh, you're a shit boxer, bro"? Like,
oh, no, if anyone said if anyone said that to my face, I'd be like, "You're content." That was some man.
That's good. That's just, it's been eye-opening, man. And you know, so you're looking forward to that fight. What does it mean for you to win that fight, then, bro?
Obviously, the professional debut, like that's my dream, man. You know, kind of wearing my shorts, wearing my gear, having all my family there, having that little entrance music, walking in, jumping in the ring, boom. And I'm telling you, like, you know, when you raise your hand, there's only so much I can explain it, but like when you have that feeling, I'm telling you, man, like I don't know, like that feeling where you get your hand raised by the referee,
That rush.
it's a different feeling. Like I've never had that feeling ever before in my life.
Who's selling your tickets? Is it your family and your friends?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. You sold many so far?
Yeah, I sold quite a bit, man.
Oh, amazing stuff, bro, man. Amazing stuff.
Oh, I think they only gave me Anthony because capacity's not that big.
Yep.
So I got about our ringside sold it within 2 minutes. It sold out within 2 minutes. Then I had and then I only had like 200 tickets. Boom.
Well, the boxers have to sell their own
They have to sell their own tickets, bro. That's part of the game, and
I thought the promoters, like,
No,
is it the promoter's job?
No, that's how you get fingered. You recognise it.
You get recognised. Boom, boom, boom.
But you got the tickets.
Business, man. It's business.
It's a business.
Okay, so wait there. Because I don't know too
So
much.
if you don't sell tickets, right, yeah, they're not going to put you on the next show, innit?
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. I will tell you this, yeah. So you've got to sell.
So people, you know, like when you got these face-offs and whatnot with on it, and they're doing all this madnesses here.
Yeah.
They have to do that then, innit?
Yeah,
They have to do that.
Business
yeah.
is
It's
a
business,
massive
man. It's
business.
promotion, isn't it?
There's massive business behind it.
All this trash talk. They
Yeah,
have to
it's
do it.
massive business.
Because people now want to see that person
Yeah.
get knocked out or vice versa.
Because the only person who's a perceived nice guy that's made it is Gennady Golovkin.
Yeah.
But only because he was wiping everyone out.
Yeah,
He was,
MMA.
yeah, again, Golovkin, right? He'll tell you this, right? Yeah. Golovkin was the nice guy of boxing. Doesn't need to trash talk. Didn't trash talk about anyone, right? Yeah. Except for one fight when he just, Curtis Stevens, and he turned around and says, he was like, yeah, he goes, he's bad guy. And like Golovkin was just, I'll send you the video, I'll show you what he said about him, right?
So, and I'm telling you, like, you know, these like these media people, like they say to boxers, okay, play the good guy, play the bad guy.
All right,
They
we need a bit of
actually say
trash
that,
talk
yeah.
now. We need a bit of trash talk.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
some shit about the other guy.
Exactly. So they tell you what character to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
The business.
do you trash talk?
I like to keep it humble, you know, but
Keep it
yeah,
respectful.
respectful. But to be fair, I do talk a lot. I'll be honest with you, I
Yeah.
talk a lot, man. So I don't think about sometimes I don't think about what I'm saying. It just comes out, man. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so obviously having an online presence and
Yeah.
all these, doing these podcasts, and
Yeah.
it's a good thing, innit? Because obviously as a fighter, you need to get yourself out there.
Yes, it's
a business, innit?
Exactly. It's a good thing because obviously you're like a lot of people just think, you know, our boxers just getting the gloves on fighting, but there's a lot more behind the boxer, you know, kind of. There's a lot more like kind of for kind
The
of
logistics
emotion
side, the
that,
business side, this, that.
even personality wise, there's a lot more personality towards a boxer. He's not always just training kind of thing. Like I've told you guys some stories
Yeah.
on the podcast, like this, like there's so much more like kind of thing. Like there's more
And
personality.
people like people, innit? And people follow people. So you're not just someone that they see in a ring. They want to get to know who you are.
Wow.
And if you're able to share your story, share your struggles, share your journey with your audience,
They feel like they're
part of the journey.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's important. Like Muhammad Ali was like a perfect example of someone that was amazing in the ring and amazing out the ring. Like the amount of wisdom that he used to share, you know, regardless of whether you're Muslim or not, the guy, you could learn so much from him. the guy, and you know, not everyone's Muhammad Ali. You get me? Like he was like a once in a lifetime person that comes around, and you know, you got the likes of Prince Nassim, who's like an entertainer and a half.
Exactly.
Like you can't compare that guy with anyone. I'd love to get him on the podcast. You know, that'd be sick to get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Inshallah, we'll have to one day get him on. Inshallah. And his son, I know he boxes as well, innit? That'll be also be interesting.
You training tonight?
Yeah, man. Just
What are you doing? Cardio or running or
just finished sprint session now. Got a tech session in the evening, man.
what are you doing tonight?
Shadowboxing and bikes.
Oh, nice. I've got cardio tonight, man.
Cardio, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
The big pit gym, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just got 6 ones, but I might just go for a 10k run in it. I thought I just think I was trying to go for a run in it, so like that, just clear the head on it.
Another thing that I heard in boxing is journeyman. Yeah. So what is that to the non-boxing enthusiasts that may have come across that term?
So journeyman, like when you start off your career, you box opponents that aren't that good, just so you get
Got a few numbers under your belt.
Basically
for the record.
Yeah.
To show that you've been through this many fights.
Yeah, exactly.
And do they intentionally lose or something? Or is it just that the shit and you know you'll be out?
Not intentionally, because you have a lot of journeymen now. They're old takers.
What's that?
Old takers. They take your old. Yeah, so they take your old.
So they're actually quite good.
Yeah, they're actually quite.
They probably got like a shit record, but they'll probably get that one lucky punch.
Yeah, exactly. So, and plus, like, you can't take a shower without getting wet. You can't box without getting punched.
Yeah.
So even going in there, it's like kind of it's a risk, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, inshallah, bro. I hope you have a
Have you got your opponents sorted for June 23rd?
Nah, not yet. I think it's the British Board of Boxing Control, like let them know closer to the date, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
What training have you got lined up then? Have you started like camp?
Yeah, I started camp. Yeah,
Just intense training.
Yeah, it's bad, man. Like I was training hard since I turned pro, kind of thing, and I was training hard because I always thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna get my license, and then boom, brain scan issue happened. I thought to myself, forget it. It's gonna get sorted. I'm still training.
Okay, so you continue training.
Yeah, I kept on training, and it's been I can't remember the last time I didn't train twice a day. Yeah,
I think it's just routine and structure.
Yeah, it's routine. Like I was thinking about it the other day. So I went to championships, and obviously I literally only had time to train once in the day, and it got to about 10 o'clock. I thought to myself, I feel like a bum, man. Why do I feel like a bum? I thought to myself, it's because I ain't trained. Boom, went to the gym, trained, and not that night.
Are you gonna train again tonight then?
Yeah, training again tonight, man. Yeah.
I'll rate it. I ain't gonna lie. I actually rate the for so much.
Yeah.
Again, bro, not everyone knows how much dedication a boxer goes through in it. And may Allah give you a very successful career in boxing, bro.
Who do you look up to now then, in terms of this generation of fighters? Who's like, do you think, do you know what I mean, it's something that I aspire to be? Which boxer is it now, would you say?
I'd say Gervonta Davis, man. He's a bad man.
Did you see the fight with Ryan Garcia the other day?
Exactly, yeah. Ryan Garcia, exactly. He knocked out Ryan Garcia.
What do you think of Ryan Garcia? He's a bit of a... People say he's like a TikTok boxer.
Nah, but I think he's really good, man. I think he's really good. Like, he's at world level, do you know what I mean? He fought for world, he's fight for world titles, you know what I mean? So he's very good.
And look who's beaten as well. He beat Luke Campbell.
Oh, yeah, exactly. The Olympics.
Olympic 2012 gold medal, the same Olympics as Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Luke Campbell won a gold, so... Do you know what I mean? Garcia beat someone of that pedigree, and that says it all. Do you know what I mean? You beating someone of that pedigree, it's phenomenal.
Nah, fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Like I do admire kind of boxing skill, but I'd say I'd admire kind of lifestyle more, like how somebody presents themselves, how somebody like has faith. Like a massive inspiration for me was Khabib, because he was so kind of fixated on religion.
No, when it comes to Khabib, I don't think people realize not how hard it is, because obviously it's his how strong his faith is. Because when you reach a level where you got money, like serious money, you got serious fame, you're on top of one of the toughest sports on the planet, you're one of the dangerous people on the planet, yet you remain humble,
Exactly.
you remain steadfast on your religion. it takes a certain type of person to be like that.
Exactly.
If you think about it, bro, he hardly looks at women like, if he's like conducting an interview or something, he won't look at like women like that. He won't
Shake women's hands.
Yeah, shake women's hands. He won't get into like trash talking. Like he's a man of honor. And
Honor,
he's
exactly.
a man of honor. He fights for his honor. And I'll rate that, bro.
Yeah, I was saying, so like I look up to him because obviously like he's very like I'm not a reserved character. I'm very like kind of jolly, like kind of
Out there.
I love talking kind of thing. But with him, it's not his I wouldn't say personality. I would say like lifestyle choices kind of thing. Like he wouldn't go out. He'd put his faith first in front of everything. And on top of that, like a lot like my dad, in the sense where like, okay, you're gonna go gym, you're gonna go out, read namaz first, but don't read namaz at home, read namaz in the masjid.
Mashallah.
So my dad's kept me on job on deen, you know what I mean? Alhamdulillah. So that's even my dad, he plays a massive influence in my boxing kind of thing. Where, bro, I'll be honest with you, like how you guys were talking about before, how boxing kind of took you on the street, took me off the streets. Even my dad, like he kind of took me off the streets. Like I know kids that I used to box with that don't box no more. They're serving sentences. They're selling class A drugs. You know what I mean? Like I'm from that kind of that hood. Like where every corner you go down. I don't go to the park no more because everyone's smoking weed there. Everyone's having a little session there. So like I'm from kind of that area kind of thing. And obviously my religion, my father, and boxing, that's what kept me off the streets. That's what kept me off, like, drug dealing kind of thing, messing about, going out late at night with girls kind of thing. Like, that's what kept me out. And even my dad, like, I kept saying about my dad, but, like, even till today, my dad rings me every probably, like, most nights, if I'm not home, 10:30, where are you? He'll video call me, where are you? Show me where you are. Okay, get home now. So he'll kind of find out where I am, and then he'll say, listen, get home. And that's the love of the parents, you know what I mean? And if it wasn't for that, I'd be that kid that's on the road. I'd be on that kid that's selling drugs. You know what I mean?
Mashallah, it's good that you understand that.
Yeah.
Because especially when you're young, you don't recognize that to be love. That's just your parents being strict.
Strict, exactly. Yeah.
A lot of kids will probably they'll probably appreciate it as they get older. But at the time, it's very difficult to see that this is because my parents love me. They want the best for me. They know what the world out there is like. And if they don't keep those restrictions on you now, you may be that person that's getting locked up or start selling it, class A drugs or whatever it is.
And I only understand now because kind of boxing made me grow up, man. It made me grow up, man. Like, it made me grow up early, man. Like, I had to become a man early. Like, they say boxing's not a man's, it's a man's sport. It's not a boy's sport.
I agree. Yeah.
Boxing made me grow up early, man.
Everyone that I spoke to that does boxing says the same thing. Like, one is such a positive aspect of their life. One thing I was gonna ask you. If you weren't doing boxing, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
Oh no, if I wasn't doing boxing.
Like, if was there any other passions that you were interested in? What did you study at uni?
I studied sociology and social policy.
Was there anything that you wanted to go into, like using that, or?
I was thinking about social work.
Okay, so it was either social work or boxing.
Possibly. So, but I did I'm sorry, Ahmed Yakub, yeah. Sorry about this, but I did work experience at a law firm, so I always wanted to do law. Yeah, so I did a work experience at a law firm, and I was falling asleep, man. I went to court, I was falling asleep in court. So sorry, Ahmed, yeah. But I found it really boring.
I'm like that, I done law for my A-level.
A-levels, yeah.
And my teacher, when you got to get a reference from your teacher for uni.
Yeah.
My law teacher wrote this. She goes, I do not know. No, she wrote, Abdul has not produced any work throughout the whole year. I do not know what he's capable of doing.
Yeah.
Because you can't write anything bad, and because you can't write anything good.
Yeah.
That was kind of her way of saying, like, I don't know. Because, bro, I used to fall asleep, like you said. Like, I used to literally fall asleep. And because it's like some reading involved and this,
But to be fair, me as a person, I've just literally done what I've enjoyed in my whole life. So, for my A-levels, I did history, sociology, and I did one more subject, and I promise you, you'll never guess it. I was that naughty kid that got suspended from school 12 times. Yeah. I'm asking you to guess what's
I think I know what it is because you said it, and I was watching one of your literally just before you came because he had it on drama.
Yeah, I did drama, man. I did drama. So I literally just do
You don't see that time that we do drama.
exactly. I did drama for A level, and I literally just done what I enjoyed. I went to university. I thought to myself, okay, what do I enjoy? I really enjoyed sociology at A level. So boom, let's do sociology.
Fair enough, my phone. Hamzah, it's been a pleasure having you on the podcast. I'm sure a lot of people, especially the youngsters that may be interested in boxing, have enjoyed this podcast. And if people want to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to reach out?
So Hamzah Boxer on Instagram, Hamzah Boxer 1 on Snapchat, and Facebook Hamzah Ahmed.